Back here on the ACU Wildcat Coaches Show, my name's Fleming. Grant Boone is in the Bahamas this week, so we're filling in as we can. And thanks to ACU Women's Basketball Head Coach Julie Goodenough for joining us a few moments ago. Now we're joined by it's new, it's still the right word, new ACU Head Coach Adam Dorrel. Pretty soon it'll be grizzled veteran Adam Dorrel, but for now we'll go new. And this has been, we had the announcement on the 19th. You were here for a day or so, then went back to Missouri for the holidays, and then came back here and jumped into it full time on the 2nd or 3rd, and it's been a whirlwind since then. Tell me what the last week's been like.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Good, accurate description. Yeah, it's been fun though. I really enjoyed getting our staff together, and I think everybody's going to really enjoy those guys. They're good Christian guys, they're good recruiters, and I know they're going to be really good with our players, our high energy guys, low ego guys, hard working team people. You know, we've had a lot of fun so far in the new office, and good range of personalities, variety of personalities. So, you know, we hit the ground running. We're recruiting, doing the best we can, and just trying to get some real quality kids here at ACU.
What's been the number one, obviously recruiting? When you're on the recruiting trail, what's the number one priority that you told you guys that that's the kind of guy we got to have as far as, you know, what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's a tough question, Lance, and I've got that question a lot. What I would tell people is this: it's like twofold. Number one, we have to have literally more kids, scholarship kids on the football team. So that's been the number one priority. We've gone out and we're trying to actively recruit more kids. You know, at this level, you get the football anyway, you get the 63 scholarships, and you can have 85 kids on scholarships. So obviously some of those kids have got to be partial scholarships, so we're finding more of those guys. I just feel like we need more depth in our program, and we need more competition in our program. And as a coach, you know, you can go out and push all day. The strength coach can do the same thing, but at the end of the day, you know, competition in a program, I just think speaks volumes to the type of program you want to be.
When you look at the roster, you're not talking about this a couple of days ago, but let's just rehash that a little bit. When you look at the roster as it's currently constituted, give me the 2 or 3 areas, maybe 3 or 4, where you really need to feel like you need to bolster going into 17.
Yeah, you know, right now, just some of the positions that really stick out is we need literally more bodies and more depth on the OD line. Yeah, that's got to be key. After that, go to the cornerback position. There's just literally more kids in our program that play in that position. You know, that's a very unique position. It's not that you can just put in a dude down there and ask him to go play corner. And,
you got to run backwards.
Yeah. You know, quarterback. We have 3 quarterbacks on the team right now. Running back, you know, we have 2 scholarship running backs on the team right now, so those are the main positions that we're trying to fill right now.
When you look at what you have, what you like, and what you're the person.
Well, I think the things that really stick out to me is, you know, over Christmas, obviously we were recruiting on the phone, doing the best we could as a staff, but, you know, we hunkered down and just watched roster film. The thing that I feel really good about, not just about from the roster, but about the people that we've hired, is, you know, listening to these guys talk, like, you know, that we've got, you know, we can do this. There's some kids here, I need to tweak a few things, we got to use our hands better, maybe change a few things up. So I've been really encouraged by our coaching staff, you know, with the positive outlook they have on our players. But, you know, obviously start with offense. You've got a quarterback coming back that's a good player, a lot of receivers, O-line with a lot of experience. And then you've got a tailback his freshman year that rushed for 1,200 yards. And we got to get him going again a little bit. We have 3 tight ends that I think are very competitive, and play hard, get off the football. And, you know, switch it over to defense. Obviously, linebacker with Denmark. I mean, he's a very battle-tested player. And, our D-line, you know, we've got a few guys there that have played. So we've got guys that have played quality minutes. We just, again, it goes back to the depth, staying healthy, and just integrating more consistency among our football team.
What are people going to notice on the field different? That's different in terms of the way maybe the offense plays or the way the defense plays?
Yeah, I think starting with offense, you know, we're going to be more diverse in personnel groupings and packaging. We're going to get a lot more play action. You know, that's just something I'm really big on. Obviously, as doing that this spring, trying to be more physical. And with that, naturally, should come play action passing. I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to see more screens being thrown. But you're probably going to see more variety of personnel groupings. We may be in the 11 personnel, 4 wide receivers, 1 snap, and we may be in what I call tank, 3 tight ends, and 1 snap. So probably more diversity there. From a defensive standpoint, probably going to see more base defense being played. Just trying to get the ball leveraged properly, big gap sound, do that stuff. I think at least we're going to try to place some more emphasis on blocking kicks. That's something I've always really wanted to do as a head coach, and we've been pretty good at that where I'm coming from. So, I'm going to bring that here, try to bring that here. And, those are just a few things that really stick out right now.
You talked about in your press conferences, you wanted to be those physical teams in the South Conference that you felt like the league was as a whole kind of a finesse league. How do you go about making that change?
Yeah, well, it starts with the strength coach, and I've already met with him, and we've obviously talked about the physical attributes of our kids, height, weight, guys that need to put on weight. So that's going to start there. And then going to spring football, I mean, we're going to hit more physical in practice. We're going to tackle more in spring football. And I think it just starts with that, and really mindset day one. As a coach, I can preach that, but some of the things that go into that is having an inside ball, where it's strictly run on run, 11 on 11. A lot of teams just do it. They may do 7 on 9 with the safeties, and they're like, I like to do it 11 on 11 with everybody involved. Receivers blocking. So, but again, if we're running, instead of running six snaps of that a day, running 25 snaps of that a day, I think it really lends in to the kids believing in what we're talking about.
So one of your guys going to make you guys very uncomfortable in the weight room starting next week when they get back here. Some of them are already back here.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into too much, but what is that? What constitutes
Well,
that?
it's just, I think.
And how much leeway have you given to Coach Burke?
All the leeway he wants. I think he's a great strength coach. I mean, when I started looking at things here, when obviously when you're looking at leaving a job like I was to come here, you had to be very convinced about the pieces here, and I was very convinced pretty early when I talked to other coaches here, talked to some former people that have been here. I'm a big believer in Jeff Burke and what he does and what he stands for. What I really like is the accountability he wants to bring to the kids. And so, the being uncomfortable, that's as much an emotional deal as we really try to get them to battle through and fight through. And I just think it goes with, we're going to do some stuff in the morning. We're going to push a little more weight. He wants to try to do that. And then just a buzzword I'm going to continue to use, and to me, I've been talking to some of the players already, there's a big difference between putting in time and putting in work. And I want guys to really believe in, hey, let's get in there and put in work. And I know Coach Burke's talking about it. We'll talk a lot about that too.
When you've talked to the guys, and I saw several of them at the basketball game on Saturday, and I know you've had conversations with multiple guys. What's the overriding theme that you've gotten out of your conversations with those guys?
Well, I think guys are excited. I really think they are. I think obviously anytime you bring a new staff into anything, the newness is always cool. But I mean, we got to be able to build off the newness. The newness is going to wear off real quick. The honeymoon's going to get over pretty quick, and then it's going to be down to real life. But I think guys are excited for a new start, a new change. One of the things I'm going to talk to them about when they get back is no matter how you were in the past, good or bad, I mean, we're all starting with a fresh slate. I have to earn your respect. You have to, earn mine. I think guys wanted to hear that. I think guys are excited about what we're going to do on offense. Talking to Dallas and some of our skill guys, and our defensive guys. I know a lot of them had a chance to swing by and see Coach Tremaine Jackson. I know they're excited about that too. So I think the overlying theme is just fresh and new.
You talked about Tremaine, and you and I talked about wanting to be a little more simplified on defense. Tell me expand on that just a little bit.
Well, I mean, simplify really starts with, really how you communicate to the kids in all 3 phases, the back end, the linebackers, and the defensive line. And so it starts with the coaching staff being cohesive and understanding what they want to do. But then when I talk about being simple, I mean really simple, making sure the the strength is lined up right, if they jump a tight end, if they motion a wing back, so we're not getting pinned and pulled on, out leveraged, bubble screens, things of that nature. And so just, literally understanding the game of football and how to leverage a football and how to turn it inside. The other thing is just playing with our hands. That was one of the things that really stood out to us on both sides of the football. There's not enough of that going on. Playing. And to me, the great football teams at any level, whether it's high school, professional football, do a phenomenal job of playing with their hands.
Tell me a little bit about Josh Lamberson, your offensive coordinator. He played for you, you coached together. I've gotten a chance to talk to him a few times. Seems like a tremendous guy, and will be a great guy that I think our athletes will really
relate to.
Tell me about Josh.
Yeah, he's got a very good personality. The kids will definitely like him. Again, he and I get along really well together. Again, he played for me and then he coached with me for a while, and so what we want to do on offense, he understands specifically on what we want to do on that. And then I think the thing that really comes across, and you've probably felt it, he's very genuine. He cares about kids, he really does. He loves the game of football, he's very passionate about it. It's funny, you watch him coach, and he coaches just how he played. He was a very free-spirited player, didn't play hard. And
did that drive you nuts a little bit?
At times it did. We always used to run this play where there was this slicing route going across. It was always open.
He never threw it?
Never threw the slice route,
Now, let me ask this. The first time that play's called and it doesn't get thrown and he jumps the quarterback, what are you going to do?
Just remind me, hey, Josh, you're not perfect either. No, but he's a great guy, and I know players are going to like him and rally around him. He just inspires guys to be great. I really believe that. And I not just him, I think all our coaching staff's got really good personality about him.
What, going back to recruiting, signing day is February 1st, coming up in 2 weeks from Wednesday. What do you hope to get out of that class in terms of numbers, and where do you want to go with this class?
Yeah, well, number one, I've been telling everybody, just, don't panic. The worst thing that we can do is just sign kids to sign them. And so when February comes, we may or may not have every kid that we want. And so just to sign a kid, to put him on a piece of paper, we're not going to do that.
Right.
In my opinion, we've got the whole spring to go through. We're in the great state of Texas. We're going to get drop-down kids, and I really believe that. We've got guys on our staff, myself included, that know people at other universities here in the state. So we may or may not be done on February 1st. I can't tell you that right now. And so I've been very pleased with the type of kid that we have right now. And I'm proud of our coaches because I feel like they've done a really good job in a short amount of time. Obviously, right now we're in dead period, and Friday we're going to go back out Friday morning. We got to go meet a couple guys here, in the proximity that we can get to and get back, and then we're going to have recruits show up Friday night, Friday, Saturday deals, Sunday, Monday. Again, get back out and do home visits, and I really hope to start seeing some commitments coming in by Saturday, Sunday.
What's it been like? You talked about this at your press conference, being able to recruit in Texas, which you probably did a little bit at Northwest Missouri State, but not a lot. What's it been like recruiting here and just seeing just the sheer number of players?
Yeah, well, let me start with the coaches. It's a lot different, and I had a lot of people tell me when I was getting into it and take experience, but like the Texas high school organization, it's very strong, and I had always heard that, but it's very strong. Where I came from, it was almost it got to the point where the coach was just giving you the information and almost wanted to be hands off.
Yeah.
And really, that's how I was coming up there. But the coaches have been great. Down here you have to do things right. Don't cut the coach out. Make sure the coach knows exactly what's going on. We've talked a lot about that as a staff. We're going to be very upfront and honest with the coach and the kid. If it hurts us at the end of the day, it hurts us. But we're not going to get off on the wrong foot. And that's something that I'm confident our guys are doing in the right thing. And then for me, I think the biggest thing from recruiting is just being just the sheer number of kids. I mean, we're looking at kids and we're talking to these kids and we're talking to them late. They may only have one or two offers, and I keep visualizing this kid. If this kid's in Kansas City or Lincoln or Omaha, I mean, literally he would have every MIAA school on him, and then all of Missouri Valley, Northern Iowa, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Southern Illinois, Illinois State. There's so many of those schools right there, and so just probably the sheer volume of student athletes around is great.
When you think about how many guys you've looked at, getting a little bleary-eyed so far?
Yeah, it is. I need to go for a run when we're down here. Go for a run and get something and watch a little football and call kids. Yeah, they're just everywhere, and the number of schools. But it's a great problem to have, and it's obviously one of the reasons why I wanted to come here.
Obviously, you coached the last 2 Division II national championship games, won both of them. Did you get a chance to watch the FCS championship game on Saturday at all?
I just watched a few snaps of it. I was up here working, and then obviously went over to the women's game and started that. But I saw some highlights of that. I was happy for James Madison. That coach there was the guy we went against. He was at Lenore Ryan in 2013 when they played him. He is a very quality individual, quality person who does things the right way. So I was happy for him.
Obviously, I think their style of play is probably something you want to kind of mirror.
Those guys are really good, but yeah, it is. It's something you want to be able to do. You line up, but still put a fullback in the game and run inside zone, outside zone power, and then just the play action off of it.
People up.
It is, and then just foot defense. You've seen us. I just want to be great on defense. And I've told Tremaine that, and I'm going to give him every tool that we need to be great on defense, because there's so many guys in college football right now that just worry about scoring points, and they don't understand how it affects a defense. When you're snapping the football every 10 seconds and you're not getting first downs, man, it just kills your defense.
Yeah.
So, we're going to really try to be great on defense, and we, as an offense, are going to try to help our defense be great in spring football with the way we line up and the way we try to attack those guys, and just the tools that we give them. And to me, if you're going to win a championship, you got to be great on defense.
Well, there's one great defense playing tonight. Clemson's is pretty good, except they try to apparently put hands on everybody. Who wins tonight and why?
Well, I'll tell you who I think's going to win, and then who I want to win. How's that?
It's probably going to be much like what Julie did with us.
It's going to be very tough to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
To me, the key tonight will be Clemson. They're going to try to go up tempo. At least I think they should.
Yeah.
And if they're going up tempo, like I just talked about, and if they're not getting 4 or 5 yards on first down, it's going to be a tough night for them. It really is. Now, if they're getting 4 or 5 yards on first down and they can keep the tempo going and not switch personnel a bunch and make Alabama line up and be vanilla, they might. But man, as an offensive guy, you always try to find a matchup. I
don't know if there is one. Is there?
Maybe their water boy is better than Alabama's water guy. I don't know.
There you go. That may be the key to the game. So you think Alabama's going to win, but you would like Clemson to win.
Yeah, I like both those coaches. I study Nick Saban a lot, I believe, in the process, like he talks about. But Dabo Swinney is, I think, amazing.
Yeah.
I think he really cares about kids, and it's just my opinion. I think that level's starting to lose that focus a little bit.
Yeah.
So winning and losing in mind. So it's great to have a guy that still cares about kids and talks openly about his faith and what he wants to do, and trying to mentor kids to go from being good to great. And so he's always got a great adage. I always use. I stole it from him. He always talks about stay in your lane. There's so many people that are trying to be worried about what Jim Harbaugh's doing at Michigan, this and that. He always talks about just, Clemson, we're going to stay in our lane, and we're going to do what we do. And he's been very successful at it.
31 weeks till the season over.
Wow.
September
That's
2nd.
crazy that you know that.
It just came into my head. 31 weeks till the season opener at New Mexico.
Yeah.
September 2nd, 2017, and 2 weeks later, we'll open the new Wildcat Stadium here on September 16th. Excuse me. You suddenly, like a switch just
You're like,
I got to get about 9 million things
done in 31 weeks. We'll do it.
Well, I can remind you of that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Congratulations, and welcome to HCU. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
All right, Adam Dorrel, the new head football coach of the Abilene Christian, join us. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We'll talk to Ted Krass from the HCU men's basketball program. Ted making his way He doesn't exactly know what he's doing. We'll see if we can figure it out here in just a moment. Back in a moment on 98.1.